Welcome back to our channel, where we share the latest news and untold stories about Catherine, the Princess of Wales and her royal family. We've got some news for you today. Fans in tears at King Charles's big move over George's role amid Catherine's cancer update. Prince George, the firstborn of Prince William and Princess Catherine, has been progressively more present at royal events with his father, indicating a notable change in the royal family's approach during the reign of King Charles III. This measure is a component of King Charles's comprehensive plan to modernize and simplify the monarchy. King Charles views the young prince's increased visibility as a strategy to equip him for his future role and interact with a younger generation of royal enthusiasts. King Charles's policy prioritizes cultivating a more responsible and relevant royal family, with a particular emphasis on reducing the number of active members and assigning them more substantial responsibilities. The monarch's objective in engaging Prince George in official duties from a young age is to secure permanence and security while simultaneously cultivating a feeling of obligation and duty in the prince's tender years. During these transitions, the royal household has also been dealing with personal difficulties. Princess Catherine, known for her resilience and elegance, has lately encountered a health crisis with the diagnosis of cancer. The revelation has certainly caused a moment of emotional upheaval for the family. However, it has additionally demonstrated their ability to bounce back and stay together. The recent update on Prince Catherine's health has received a significant amount of popular support and well wishes. The audience has developed a stronger affection for her due to her bravery and resolute attitude in confronting this challenge. Notwithstanding her physical ailments, she was also carried out her regal responsibilities whenever feasible, demonstrating her resolute dedication to her position and her kin. Prince George increasingly assumes a prominent role, receiving assistance and direction from his family. His presence with Prince William not only reinforces the familial connection, but also serves as a comforting symbol of the monarchy's stability. King Charles's early engagement of the young prince in royal responsibilities demonstrates his strategic preparation and anticipation, ensuring the future of the monarchy is in the hands of competent individuals. Royal analysts expect Prince George to continue his grandfather's strategy of maintaining a more casual and contemporary monarchy. However, if he decides to deviate from tradition by not participating in military duty, he may lose out on a significant aspect of self-control and order. Commentators noted that King Charles III's more exclusive inner group expects the youthful successor to the throne to take over. The royal reporter for 5 News declared, "The royal household has already reduced in size. It has become less formal and rigid than it used to be, and I believe George is going to maintain that trend. He's the first prospective monarch to have a mother who is not of noble birth, which is a significant departure from the established customs." A famous journalist expressed his belief that the coming British monarchy would resemble the kingdom seen in continental Europe. Charles is attempting to govern the monarchy, which was originally established on the basis of empire, while we transition into a situation where we currently constitute only a little island and nation, he explained. We must modify our assumptions, since the monarchy will undergo significant changes by the time George assumes the throne. Nevertheless, an expert in the course of study said that deviating excessively from tradition might result in the next generation missing out on crucial formative experiences. Last year, a statement announced that George would not be required to join the armed forces before assuming the role of king, deviating from a long-standing custom that has been in place for generations. According to a representative, the individual who is second in line to ascend the throne will have the option to bypass the typical service in the armed forces, if they so desire. This would give them the freedom to choose their own future. It would represent a notable deviation of the royal family, as the king holds the position of commander-in-chief of Britain's armies. George's father, uncle, grandpa, great-grandmother, and great-grandfather all upheld a long-standing tradition by serving in the armed forces. However, royal historians said such practices help the firm grasp egalitarianism. He said it gives them control. Lieutenant Wales and Captain Wales don't exist in the army. They're not commanders, so they're required to follow the hierarchy, which I believe is critical so that they don't overstep. Last July, historian Nicholas Sandbrook wrote, "The practice of royals entering the military, even for brief periods of time, offers fundamental credibility to the monarchy. Prince William, a close associate of Prince George's father, stated, "In principle, there ought to be absolutely nothing that can prevent George from having a profession as an astronaut. For instance, if that is what he truly desires, followed by being king afterwards. He doesn't have to adhere to the old pattern for military service and royal life now that the laws have changed. Would Charlotte become a medical professional? There's no reason not to. It's less of a fishbowl than when William and Harry were kids." According to archaeologist Hugo Vickers, the fact is critical because it demonstrates that times are changing. "I approve of keeping up with modern trends as long as they respect tradition. The armed forces may not be the best option for Prince George, but I hope he can achieve something like the Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award, which is inefficient." King Charles benefited from his 1970s Navy service. His service in the Navy was demonstrated to the nation that he was actively working and opposed to his use of rank for profit. Serving in the military gives royal family members a sense of normalcy, independence, time management, and presentation skills that are useful for royal tasks. It's clear that the royals' business endeavours are unsuccessful. That always fails. George demonstrated strong military interest during the Royal International Air Tattoo at RAF Fairford in Gloucestershire the previous year. He enjoyed sitting behind the cockpit and flicking some switches which partially lowered the landing strip of a large C-17 transport aircraft. However, their parents, Prince and Princess of Wales, were eager to provide him with a normal upbringing, which included the opportunity to pursue his own hobbies. Military duty is the final tradition that removes royal children beyond their protected homes and inconceivable opulence, he admitted. Times shift and organizations evolve with them. Who ought to blame him if he chooses to pursue a new vocation? As stated by previous Joint Forces Command Chief General Sir Richard Barrons, "I believe the armed forces will conclude that somewhat of an injustice, and that is all that they are likely to believe." However, he noted that a military tour might help a young royal serve in the decades between you becoming a grown-up and the moment you decide to take on the role of king. The royal historian expressed opposition to the proposal, arguing that it represents a significant change from the current practice, and he should have recommended against selection. It seems disrespectful to the military, and Prince George might serve in the army before deciding to become an artist, pastry chef, or anything he wants. A uniform is also useful. Alternatively, we could have a leader dressed in office attire, or as our titular head of government. Although sending William to Afghanistan would have been perilous, the deceased queen wanted both her grandchildren to serve. She was extremely explicit, the former army chief said in April of 2023 on a TV program concerning an encounter with Her Majesty. She added, "My grandkids took my dollars. Consequently, they have to do their job." And that ended it. Many considered William too risky to succeed. However, his younger sibling accepted the risk. After attending Sandhurst, William served in the armed forces for almost 7 years. After joining the Royal Cavalry's Blues and Royals Division and training at the Royal Air Force College, he became a permanent rescue and search and rescue pilot at RAF Valley on the island of Anglesey in northwestern Wales. From 1971 to 1976, King Charles served in the naval forces and the RAF. He commanded a coastline minehunter for 10 months, graduated as a chopper pilot, and operated aboard the directed missile cruiser HMS Norfolk. While his father, Prince Philip, notoriously accompanied Princess Elizabeth, then 13, each time they visited. He experienced battle off North Africa aboard HMS Valiant. Dispatches noted his boldness and initiative in concentrating the battleship's flashlights on hostile objectives. He retired to help his wife when she turned queen, ending his brilliant army profession. After graduating, Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, the king's younger brother, became a Royal Marine lieutenant trainee. Thanks for viewing today's video. Please share your ideas, and farewell for now.